Reeves confirms Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon, Mike Kalinowski for Hal Jordan, and Joker continues to make all the money today on DC Movie News.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's DC Movie News.
In the great
Wow,
of the
this
Justice
feels
League,
different than
For
it's
the first time ever.
The greatest hero.
What? It's a
Created from the
Moxie
cosmic
kind of
legends
day,
Can you
but
feel
a
that?
Green Lantern ring?
Can you feel that?
Mike Kalinowski back in the building.
What?
Am I sitting with Hal Jordan himself?
Hi,
Mike,
guys.
this has taken off like
I
a
feel
rocket
terrible.
out of...
I feel terrible because I'm finally here after like 2 months, and then it's the day that this is like
It's a huge
big
day.
stuff has been happening.
It is a huge day.
I feel terrible.
I'm Roxy Striar. Adam Gertler not here today because he's doing super secret business in New York. I actually don't know what he's doing, but I do know
He's
that
chefing it up,
in the city.
probably.
Yeah, he's probably putting his sausage in New York City places. You didn't like that one? Thank you, Ryan, for always being supportive of me, our amazing
Could have said
producer.
he's putting his sausage in the Big Apple. That's how it goes.
That's some American Pie stuff that you're talking about right now. Mike Kalinowski,
Hi, guys.
what are all the hashtags that we're pushing
I don't
right
even
now?
know.
It's
Are we going in?
hashtag Kalinowski,
Yeah.
hashtag Kalinowski for GL,
There-
hashtag Mike for Hal. I mean, we right now, for anybody who does not know, we're going to be talking all about Green Lantern and why this is relevant in a little bit. But the internet has absolutely exploded. Thank you guys so much to our amazing fans at DC Movie News.
It started with them years ago.
Yeah.
It was years ago.
I started looking at the original hashtags. Mike for Hal was in 2015.
Yeah,
Mike.
that picture was done by a watcher and listener of ours like 4 years ago.
Pretty
People
incredible.
have sent me like comic book art years ago, and this is back when we were hoping that it was going to be a character showing up on the CW verse, and I'm
kind of wild.
I'm like, I don't. Am I allowed to say something? Like, take a moment. Like,
Yeah, take your moment.
I'm stunned. Because I always joke on the show and I make fun of actors that do it, and I never wanted to do it and pitch this and this. But the other day I was like, you know what? I'm shooting my shot. That guy Sam Liu, who's now Shang-Chi, he posted out like 2 years before he was announced. He's like, hey, Marvel, how about an Asian superhero? And then there it was 2 years later on the stage at Comic Con.
Did you call Tyrese and ask for tips?
Now, Tyrese is not the guy I would have done.
Mm-hmm,
Sam Liu, I was going to tweet out. I was like, hey, so how'd you do that? And Ryan Potter was shooting it for Dick Grayson for a while, but now he's Beast Boy. So... and who even knows if Hal's even going to be on the show? It's an HBO Go show. Watchmen is massive.
HBO
They
Max.
got HBO Max. They've got these phenomenal, well-established actors. And I mean, not to say that I'm not established in what I'm doing. I get it. I get the whole but it's out there. Because of the fans in this show and the fans of the Schmodown and everything there. I don't doubt. And I have such a great team behind me of my managers and agents, and they all support that and see me the same way that I see myself. I don't doubt for a second that I will not play a DC character one day on these shows. At some point. Whether it's Hal, and they're saying this is a Green Lantern inspired show. It might be in outer space. Hal might not even be in it. Hal might be a cameo that they say, hey, we need an actor. Who knows? But it's out there. I'm putting the juju out there. The fans, you guys are doing it. You guys have put people are sending me podcasts like, hey, and they're putting up their graphics of me and this. So it's out there. And they're tweeting out to the producers and they're casting. It's like,
You are Hal Jordan. You're our Hal Jordan.
but that's what I say. It's like, it'd be one thing if I was just a guy that liked Hal Jordan. Is like, I've spent my life acting. It's what I do for a living. I constantly am at it every single day. And the physical stuff that I do every day is an actor. Because when that opportunity and that door opens, I'll be able to go through it and know that it was the right choice.
I think that what
it's you got to put the work in.
What's pretty amazing is that you've set yourself up for success in this area, and at the very least, which is what I tweeted, let's get you in the room.
Yeah, that's all that matters. It's
we just want you to be seen. If there is a Hal Jordan on the show, if it's not a Guy Gardner, John Stewart show, if it's a Hal Jordan show, and there's Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern show, which again we'll talk more about in TV time, then Mike Kalinowski deserves to get in that room. Berlanti, do you hear me?
I think about this and I hear...
Berlanti, do you hear me?
Because I hear about this stuff and it's like... And it's because of this show. It's the fans of this show that have been there and kind of championed it. And because you guys are the ones that these shows are for. So like to me, like it'll be a day when there's a Comic-Con panel, that whether it's a TV show or whatever, And I could say it's because of DC Movie News, and I could say it's because of you fans out there, and I can meet the fans like everywhere. It's like it's all going to come together. It's serendipity. No other actor that I know that I see in these shows, because as an actor, I watch the other actors that are of my caliber or just a tier above
Or
me.
as big of a fan as you are.
None of them are.
Yeah.
None of them show up and they're like, they say, so I like the comics and I read the comics, and there's nothing wrong with that because that's not for anything. Who's to say that? There's people that want to be play characters of sports heroes in their movies, but this is what my whole life. I would do the character justice like they wouldn't believe.
You'd do him Justice League?
Not the movie Justice League.
Just
not that.
Justice.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
digress.
look at you as you talk about it because I feel like I could cry with how excited I am about the potential of this. And thank you again to the fans out there for all of the tweets.
I gotta say, 10 years, 15 years ago, I remember I have a great friend of who's my old roommate, Scott Porter. He was on Friday Night Lights for a very long time. He's on Heart of Dixie. He's a really great actor.
Jason Street. Are you
Jason
kidding
Street.
me?
And I remember he got his first kind of big break, and then all the fandoms were like putting him for certain characters, and they would. This is kind of before social media took over, but like Wizard Magazine, and they would show his picture in there, and I was like so jealous. I was like, oh my God, it's got to feel so awesome. And now here I am, like 10 years later, and it's happening to me. To see the people that...
I'm seriously going to cry. You have to stop.
No, it's true.
We have a whole show to do.
I know.
I can't look at you.
Scott is such a good guy, and he's actually borrowing my Captain America costume to take his family trick-or-treating. He's such a good guy, because success that has happened to him is so well-deserved, but to see where he was, and to see where I am, and to see where I could be in... It's just awesome, and I love it, and I love all of you guys for doing this.
Well, everybody
my Twitter blew up.
Anybody who wants to help, just tweet. Let's get it. Let's continue to have it trending.
Let's talk. Let's talk movie news.
Yeah, we're
going to talk. I got to take the jacket off. It's too hot.
You're just trying to show off the guns to get cast. Now you're just trying to show you got them muscles to be Hal.
No.
All right, we've got a lot going on today, though, because
let's do it.
Yes, we're going to get to all of the HBO Max stuff. I know we've talked about Green Lantern briefly, but we're going to dive into that. But I wanted to start by talking about Matt Reeves, who confirmed something that we've known for quite a bit, Mike, but I guess we didn't know we knew.
Right, because I just mentioned that. You were like, that was already thought. It's like, it was, but...
Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon.
Yep.
Now, that's something we probably reported on this show
a while ago.
2 months ago, maybe even
before that. But it was never like...
But we knew Jeffrey Wright was in it. We knew Commissioner Gordon was going to be there. We thought that Jeffrey Wright was Commissioner Gordon, but Matt Reeves actually confirmed that.
With the way he does with the tweet with the GIF.
You loved this GIF.
I love Jeffrey Wright.
Do you love Matt Reeves?
I do.
So why'd you just single out Jeffrey Wright?
Because he was the one that was cast. Matt Reeves has been cast as the director. Not cast as director, but he was the director for a very long time. So I got excited a year ago for him.
So do you think that Jeffrey Wright is the correct pick for Commissioner Gordon for The Batman?
Yeah, I think Jeffrey Wright, if you ever watch, I know Jeffrey Wright, he's Felix Leiter in the James Bond series, but I remember him as Peoples Hernandez.
You know about James Bond?
A little bit.
Huh.
A little bit.
Why don't you try to spin? Let's see what happens.
What? We're going to spin?
Yeah, the wheel.
Oh, my. Really? You too?
Well, I just gave you so much praise.
Would Roka give you a little card on the table there to say that?
Just curious,
Jesus.
What does Harley Quinn call Joker?
Puddin'. The Clown Prince of Crime.
Yeah.
God, wow, that's not old enough.
All of the Snowdown inside jokes. Keep going, though. So you do think that he's
Jeffrey
the right
Wright,
pick?
yes. Have you ever seen the movie Shaft, the 2001? He plays a character called Peoples Hernandez. That was my kind of first interaction to Jeffrey Wright, and I've loved him ever since. I think he's great. Westworld,
I think he's excellent as
It's going to be an interesting choice because he's kind of younger than what Gordon has been portrayed, I think. Yeah, I think he's only...
But Robert Pattinson's young.
I know. Yeah, so they're going young with this, but it's interesting. It's a different thing than we've seen Gary Oldman, different than J.K. Simmons. I'm excited. Yeah. Nothing that has come out about this movie has been bad. Nothing.
I agree with that.
Not one thing has been like,
since Matt Reeves came on.
Yeah. Since they knew it,
things are actually coming out. There was a lot of stuff. I mean, with people talking about Star Wars right now and all the mix-up, I do think people forget sometimes that we've had our fair share.
But it's so funny to see the Star Wars stuff kind of lose its mind, and still people are like, "No, Star Wars is fine. It's fine. It's in good hands." But yet one website listed all the director changes and mix-ups and movies that were gone. It's like DC had a fraction of that, and everyone's like, burn it all down! Start over! It sucks! DC can't do anything right! It sucks! Star Wars is like triple that, and everyone's like, no, it's okay. It's all right. Everything's good. Everything's good. Knows what it's doing. But that's just the fandoms.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Star Wars is fine.
I like your troll voice.
I think Star Wars is damn well fine.
I think we're all fine.
Yeah,
it's
Star Wars
all
is-
gonna be okay.
And all gonna
Nerds.
make money.
I'm one of you guys.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Let's talk Joker.
I knocked something down.
Because you did. I'm sure you did knock something down. Look at you tearing things up.
tear
Use
it
your
up,
Green Lantern
tear a lot
powers
of stuff up.
and bring us to space and fix things.
Yes.
That's not how it works.
That's not.
Let's talk Joker because
talk Joker.
Mike,
I haven't
you
been
have
here
not
since we
been
talked
here.
Joker.
Yeah, since we went,
Yeah,
we
I
saw
know.
Joker.
I know.
We lost our minds, and then you disappeared for a month.
Yeah.
It is making.
I
all of the
tweeted
money.
out the other day because it caught up on me. It was like $750 million. It was like, could Joker make $1 billion? And within a week, it was $870. And I was like, it made $107 million in a week. And now
We're right about there.
we're like right at around 800, 850.
No, yeah, I think that we are at 8. Well, this is a couple days ago. It was 852. I'll check box office.
I'm like, I know we're getting into the holiday season and what's coming out. Terminator's coming out this weekend. It's going to do gangbusters. But you got to forget, I think WB will keep it out in theaters because the Oscar push. And if it's not in theaters, they're going to re-release it in theaters.
856.
I think it hits $1 billion.
I kind of do too.
And it's not
to be
even going
honest.
to do China. It doesn't even get China. So can you imagine if it hit China? $1 billion guaranteed. And that is insane to me. That is insane that this movie is doing that.
Would you call it insane in the membrane?
Sure.
There was an article from comicbook.com, actually, now that you mentioned China, that said Joker movie performance is even more impressive when China is factored out of global box office, which is completely true.
Yes, it's like
considering it was able to make that money, like you're saying, that's not. And I haven't even gone to China. So it's like we just talked about, we're over 850, which is crazy,
if I could,
bonkers.
I'd stick my foot in my mouth right now because of what I had said about Joker in the past. I'll
What did
admit
you
it.
say?
I'll admit I was wrong. I never thought this movie was going to do this. I never thought this movie was going to be made. I didn't understand why they were making this movie. Now that I saw it, I changed my tune. And I'm an adult and I can admit that. Because I saw it twice.
Look at you being
I
an
saw
adult.
it twice. I go back to my girlfriend.
What'd she think?
Oh, she loved it.
Good.
But on the other hand, she works with a lot of mental people with mental problems. And she's a nurse, and she didn't feel sympathy for him, but sided with. She was like, "I see him. I see what he was doing. I got his side," because she deals with that every day, and it was a different perspective for me. Like I never once felt sympathetic for him. I was like, "No,
I
this
didn't
is."
feel that either.
But I'm so glad, and I apologize to you guys, I haven't been able to talk about it. I'm so glad the controversy was manufactured, that there were no incels killing people over this movie. It was just a phenomenal movie.
I still can't believe incels exist as a concept.
When that name came, I was like, "What?" You had to explain that to
Yeah.
what that word meant to me, because I'm like, "What is
involuntarily celibate.
Okay, all right.
All
I'm
right.
like, I'm so glad, and I love the fact that this shows. I was talking to someone online on Twitter a little bit about it. I love the fact that it showed, hey, this is a $50 million movie. We don't need to spend
70 mil, I think.
to make,
Yeah.
including marketing.
No, I think it was 70 mil.
sure?
I think so.
I think it was 50. I could be wrong. I'll put my foot in my mouth again for you, Rox. But even let's just say under $100 million superhero film that didn't need $250 million. It didn't need to open in the middle of the summer. I hope we go back to that. I'm so glad. And it's funny, I was thinking about this because we haven't really talked DC and Marvel in a while, because kind of Marvel's finished its phase 4 and they're kind of like in a cooling off period before they ramp up again. And it's interesting
Yeah, this
because
says 55 mil, so
Yeah.
you'd be right. Maybe 70 with marketing.
with marketing easily. But now it's like, but then again, all the controversy that gave it free marketing.
Wiki says 55 to 70 mil. I
DC
don't know if they have an
finally, I
exact
think,
number.
realized, hey, we cannot do this connective universe. The ship has sailed on that. We can't play catch up with. Let's just give the filmmakers that want to make these properties, give them the opportunity to do that. And if it ties together, it will tie together. Because now look at Joaquin Phoenix is like, hey, we didn't want to make a sequel, but now I can't stop thinking about this character.
Yeah.
And I 100%, we can talk
affected-
spoilers now, right? Had no idea that film was going to...
Spoilers
for Joker.
Spoilers for Joker. If you're watching this show and you
I
haven't
had
seen
no
Joker, that's
idea.
pretty surprising.
that the Waynes were tied in like that. And I loved it. Because we talked about that. If we never saw the pearls again, great.
Yeah.
But it was
But then when we saw them, it was
so
great.
well done. And I so want to see, I want that to be Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne right there. So bad.
The pearls were referenced on Batwoman
Oh, no,
last week,
no.
and I have thoughts on that. We'll wait
But,
till TV time. Wait, question for you guys out there. I'm just curious because Mike right now feels pretty confident that Joker will hit 1 billion. Do you guys think that Joker will hit 1 billion? Let us know in the comments.
Let me say why.
Well, let me first finish this
I'm
thing,
cutting
and
you
then
off.
you can
I'm
say
cutting you
why.
off.
Well, I'm trying to
It's
talk to
what
our
I do.
fans. They're the one who want you as Green
what I
Lantern. You
do.
want to include them in the conversation?
I'm all about inclusivity.
I love that. Well, so let us know if you guys think it's going to make $1 billion. Let us know in the comments. Just so you guys know, we are live Fridays at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Currently, this is Thursday. Yes, we're doing a very special Halloween episode.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween to you too, Mike Kalinowski.
I'm just saying that.
So let us know if you are on iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever, Spotify.
SoundCloud?
Yeah.
What's that?
SoundCloud?
Yeah.
He's old, guys.
I know
Yikes.
iTunes. I know iTunes and Spotify.
Did you say yikes, right?
I said yikes.
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 Also, give us that thumbs up or that 5-star wherever you are. That really helps us with the algorithms.
I'm on today. You better be giving us a 5-star.
What did you say before you better be giving us a 5-star?
I said I'm on today. You better be.
I'm on today.
Yeah.
This is what it sounds like. I'm on today.
Hello, Jay.
I'm on today. You better be giving us a 5-star.
It's my Southern Australian hillbilly.
And,
on today.
And comment afterwards as well. Again, will Joker make it to $1 billion? And now a message from Mike Kalinowski about why he thinks it will.
Because they're going to do an Oscar push, and if it goes out of theaters, because it's only been in theaters for a month. I don't see them taking it out of theaters, and I think they're going to hype up more towards January.
Of repeat viewership
I know.
Right now.
I think it does. Because if this was a different time of the year and there were no Oscars for a while, I might not say that, but I think it will. And China, screen the damn movie.
I think it's Halloween.
Why is China not screening it? Do we know why? I never heard why. Because I know, I think Doctor Strange, they did it because of the mysticism.
I think it was because of
I don't know why they're not.
Because of inappropriate content or something like that. I think
okay.
that's
All
Due
right.
to content prevelations.
Let's move. Oh, thank you.
content prevelation.
Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah. Why do you want to leave Joker so fast, huh?
I could talk about Joker all hour.
Is it because you're
You
so
give me
excited?
a topic in the DC universe, I'll talk an hour for it.
Oh, don't I know it, team? Don't I know it?
I mean, anything.
I think you want to leave Joker because you're just so excited to talk about the Snyder Cut.
Let's talk Snyder Cut because
Let's talk Snyder Cut, baby.
you guys
We've
know
never
me.
talked
I
about
was
it on the
never
show.
I was never like the rah champion of it because I watch some of these websites and Twitter groups that are like watchdogs about this. They put up the billboards. They raise money for breast cancer awareness. They raise money for the homeless with this. And I'm like, good for you. But now the tide is turning. Because there are
Who's turning the tide, Mike?
these ardent fans, this rabid fan base, but also the filmmakers, not Snyder, not the people directly involved, other filmmakers like Kevin Smith and people are like, yeah, release the damn thing.
Okay, well,
it's happening.
The tide might be turning for some people, but not for others, because what I want to talk about is how Jesse Eisenberg did not know what this even was. He was asked about it, and he said, quote, "I have no idea. I don't understand. I genuinely don't know. What are you referring to? Like a director's cut?"
Well, did you see the interview?
What
Did you
planet are you living on?
It's
Where-
Jesse Eisenberg,
What
though.
planet
He
Mike,
doesn't care about the Snyder
Mike,
Cut.
This is the fact that people went in on Gwyneth Paltrow for not knowing that she had been in a Marvel movie with who
That's
was it,
a little
Samuel
different.
Jackson? Whatever. The fact that people went in on that.
Different.
Is he in this universe at all?
Hold on.
You have to be living under not only under a rock,
But
a
it
rock
is
that's
Jesse
under
Eisenberg.
a building.
I could see him living under a rock.
I don't think he does live
Hold
under
on.
a rock. I bet he lives in a mansion somewhere.
Hold on. Let's pump the brakes here for a second.
What brakes you want to pump?
I'm pumping brakes.
Pump?
Pumping the Batmobile
You can't
brakes.
pump my brakes.
I can.
I'm on
I can and I
on
will.
the
Don't make me
gas.
take these headphones off and come over there. Don't make me
might.
do it.
Do it. Use your Green Lantern power.
Ryan will I'll get out of the camera frame here. You always got to know your camera.
You are
is.
moving a ton right now, too.
I'm staying in my frame.
No,
I'm staying in my frame.
Ryan,
Yes, I am.
Is he doing a good job?
Yes, I am.
Pumping the brakes.
All
Hold
right,
on
what
a
do you
second.
got?
Because think about this. He probably showed up to set every day and worked with Zack Snyder. We don't know that he ever worked with Joss Whedon. So when he shot that movie, he's just like, what are you talking about, Snyder Cut? I shot the Snyder Cut. I know what I shot. He might not have been there for any Zack. And now thinking about it, what would he have shot with Whedon? Like, because he's not in the movie except for the
I don't
end.
think it's not that, Mike. I agree with you on those things. It's
So
the
he's
fact
probably like,
that
he probably didn't see the movie in theaters.
You don't think he's ever been in the last 2 years? He's never been asked about the Snyder Cut.
We would have seen it then if he was.
Asked about it.
By who? You?
Yes.
People like you?
Yes.
We would have seen it on air. The pundits would have put it up. Now, here's the thing.
This is
he was
crazy.
in one scene in that movie, and we know now he had a couple other scenes. So I'm guaranteeing the stuff he shot was with Snyder.
Okay, I want to go to our producer Ryan because prior to the show, I was talking to Ryan, and Ryan feels like the Snyder Cut is closer than ever to being released. Ryan, talk to me about the Snyder Cut.
I totally believe this. I think that this movie has such a high chance of being released, especially with HBO Max. I mean, what better way to get people to subscribe to your new service than like, hey, we're going to release, it's probably not going to be called the Snyder Cut, but a director's cut of Justice League. That would flock DC fans there.
And Ryan, this goes right into what we next said. Junkie XL said the score is done.
He said he completed his work on the Snyder Cut score.
And you can't score a film unless you see a film to score.
Well,
you know, like you watch it when he's got the orchestra.
Theoretically, that would be true.
They're watching the orchestra, and they're watching it on the screen.
He said his quote was, "The full score is still there. It's a really great score, and it's just there. It never goes away. We'll see what happens in the future, you know?"
And can I say something to add all to this? Because I missed
If I said no, would it even matter?
I'd still go.
Yeah,
you know that.
Then, all right, I guess.
It goes back to, I said this years ago, and it recently came up.
What'd you say?
Do you remember when I talked on the show, and one of you guys out there would be able to pull it up? I said, what if General Swanwick was Martian Manhunter?
I don't remember you saying that.
I did. I go, just think about it, because he says a couple things in the way he reads.
Possibly?
No, I know I've said it on DC Movie News years ago. I didn't say he is.
You said it out loud.
I've said it out loud. I say, what if he, can you imagine if he's Martian Manhunter? Because we were thinking about
And did I roll my eyes and say,
no, because we were trying to figure out when they said Unite the Seven, who was the Seven, because we knew Lantern wasn't in it. I go, what if he was Manhunter there the whole time in disguise? I said that. And it is somewhere on there. I wish I had the time to go back to all of our old episodes and watch it. I don't. But
Maybe
it was
one
on
of you
there.
guys
So when they
remembers.
posted that screenshot, I was just like, blew my mind, because there's a couple things where, like in Man of Steel, where Clark rips his handcuffs apart and walks, and everyone else in the room backs up, but he just stands there and he doesn't move. I'm just like, oh, now you see it now, and you're like, oh. But anyway, I digress.
Would you want? There's been actually a lot of talk recently, at least
About the
on my
Snyder Cut?
timeline. No.
Oh, your timeline is a different timeline than my timeline.
It is a different timeline.
Some of your fans.
People wanting a Martian Manhunter standalone movie. Are you in favor of or against a Martian Manhunter movie?
I think it's a great concept. I think it could work. Absolutely. Hey, we just got a Joker movie that's almost going to make $1 billion. I'm not the person to ask for what's going to make a good movie, because I didn't think that movie was going to be made. I didn't think Shazam was going to be made. I didn't think Shazam was going to be as...
swerve on Shazam forever.
I didn't think Shazam was going to be as wonderful as I thought it would be. So don't ask me, hey, should this be a movie? Because I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
Well, you are the co-host of this show, so I'm going to keep asking you.
All right. But
if you want to keep being wrong, yeah, that's okay.
Story of my life.
I'm probably going to continue to ask you.
Story of my life.
You know what you don't have to guess about, though, because we finally have some news on?
I want to know why this popcorn, is it always popped?
It's always popping. I keep seeing your eyes go to the popcorn.
Because that's what I'm like, what is over the corner?
So for
it's
people
the
who
popcorn
are
popping.
listening on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or SoundCloud, your favorite, they don't know, behind us is this amazing image and live graphic. Ryan, what's the term for that?
That is just a graphic, a motion graphic.
Motion graphic with the popcorn. It's popping.
Is it always popped?
It's been there for a month.
And it's always a month. I haven't been here.
Well, whose fault is that?
But I don't. Now I'm not stupid, because I would have seen that. I'm like, why is the screen moving?
And we've proved that he is not stupid.
Thank you.
Shout
Thank
out
you,
to
Ryan.
SoundCloud.
Shout out to SoundCloud.
Also not stupid and trying to up their game, as there's a lot of competition in the streaming wars, is HBO Max. HBO Max has announced that they will have Joker, every Batman, and Superman blockbusters. Those will all be available at the time of launch, which we're talking about May 2020 in the His House.
Coming up. Well,
Is it cool when I say His House,
sure, rocks.
Ryan?
It's pretty neat. Not cool though.
I'll take neat when I can get it.
Yeah, so this is a great announcement.
Is this a selling point for you? You're already sold. Let's be honest.
Well, I'm curious, because DC Universe has all the Superman and Batman films.
This is my question to the people.
Yeah.
And you guys are the people. Mike, you're the people. Ryan, you're the people.
Power
you guys
to the
at
people.
home are the people. What's happening with DC Universe? Let me finish the question.
I'll pull it up. Here we go. Yes, go
I'm
ahead.
still confused. They keep making announcements about it, but none of it is making it crystal clear to me. So Green Lantern is, and again, we'll talk about this in TV time, but is going on HBO Max. Doom Patrol will be airing on HBO Max, but then also
Season 2.
You're right, but then also is going to be able to be streamed on DC Universe.
Mm-hmm.
The Harley Quinn animated show, still DC Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Stargirl, have we heard anything about that in a long time?
Yeah.
On DC Universe. So are people going to pay $15 for HBO Max and then also pay for DC Universe if the things that are on DC Universe are also going to go on HBO Max?
I think it'll be a bundle.
What's the bundle?
Because look at I think it's like
just those two things?
No, Disney Plus, and you can get Hulu added to it. I thought Hulu was included with the Disney Plus. It's not. It's a bundle.
Yeah, but they have completely different shows on Hulu.
So, but DC Universe also has
but some of them are
comics
streaming on
library,
HBO Max.
the entire comics library. HBO Max has not said anything of the animated films.
Right.
You know, I think the little gray area are these live action shows. But I think it's like, hey, and this is from Newsarama this morning. He said DC Universe tells subscribers HBO Max is friend, not foe.
Say it one more time.
DC Universe here's the statement, okay? Our Warner Media partners have made exciting news today and we're psyched. We also want to assure you that DC Universe is still going strong with an exciting year of super fan service coming through this year and next. From original programming, library of beloved series, ever-expanding comic library, real-world events, and our just-launched new community, we're just getting started. So,
That's confusing to me.
This is the most confusing streaming service out there right now.
Right, Ryan?
I have no idea what's going on.
It would be like if Disney instead they launched MC Universe last year, and then they announced Disney Plus, and some of the MC Universe things were on Disney Plus, but they were separate.
We're gonna call it Netflix Max.
Max, it just the whole thing.
Here's the thing I would say, and I don't know why they did it, but I guess because they had the content for it. DC launched their Universe app really quickly before, I think they want to be the first out of the gate, but they also had the content to back it up. They weren't launching it and then had nothing. They, for the past year, constantly streamed Titans, Young Justice, Swamp Thing, Doom Patrol. They've been knocking it out with all these shows, and they're getting better and better. So it's like they had the stuff ready to go. The HBO thing wasn't probably ready, but it's all part of the same conglomerate.
So we will talk more about the TV part of HBO Max in a little bit.
Right.
I do want to go to the chat for a second, and then we'll continue to talk about what HBO's plan with DC is.
Okay.
But going to the chat, Ivan Soto with my favorite comment, still going strong, ? Good point. I don't know if DC Universe is going strong.
Well, Titans got season 2, Doom Patrol season 2.
Swamp Thing, baby.
That was an expense thing. It wasn't.
I just don't know. We don't know the numbers for these things, so going strong is hard to gauge.
I would kind of rather have been like what Marvel's doing with like Winter Soldier, and that it's 6 episodes, and they even said they're going to have a second season. If you were only going to do Swamp Thing they didn't plan on it being only 10 episodes, but I would have loved to go, hey, we're doing Swamp Thing. It's only going to be 10 episodes. That's all it's going to be.
Doom Tribe T says, my guess, DC Universe focuses more on the comic book content, and the TV shows go to HBO Max.
Because if you are a DC Universe, that comic library is insane what they have. And I don't like digital comics, but I love that.
Panther God says, hey, need to merge DC Universe Movies app into HBO Max. Shouldn't have to pay twice.
And they haven't said that that's not going to happen.
We don't know.
I don't see.
We simply do not know, Mike.
I see. HBO was, $14.99 or something?
It's the same as HBO Max and HBO are the same price.
Okay. And I see, hey, you can add DC Universe for $2. That's what I see is going to happen. I think DC's price is going to go down.
What, you don't like that?
I like that. I think the one thing we just got to keep in mind is this is in May. So we have a lot of months for DC Universe to make some announcements about how, hey, maybe we're merging, or we're going to give you a credit, like you're going to have HBO Max for this much time. So it is really confusing right now, but we are a few months out. I keep thinking that this is coming out the same time as Disney Plus, Apple, all that, but it's in May. So I think that was a smart move on their part to push it there.
It is smart, especially because this next piece of news is that HBO Max is expected to produce major DCU films. So we're talking huge films here. Mike, as our Green Lantern in the room, I'm curious, do you feel like what this is talking about with major films, that we are going to launch characters in the DC Universe app or HBO Max app like Green Lantern and then have films also on HBO Max? Or do you think that we're talking about characters that have nothing to do with HBO Max and just developing DC movies for HBO Max?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, DC has gone away from, hey, it's all connected. They have not done like a Batman on one thing and something on the other. You know what I'm saying? I think I can't say. I think.
Keep in mind,
I don't think we're gonna have a Batman on HBO.
right? Maybe not Batman.
I think Matt
but
Reeves' Batman is the Batman.
We do have.
I think this Max thing is going to be a perfect place for The Question. Characters like The Question, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold. That is an HBO Max show.
So Berlanti was not show though, movie is what we're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Movies. I think.
Okay, so Berlanti was previously developing that Booster Gold movie. You think that might be on
and
HBO?
And now, what's he talking about?
Max?
Oh, you 100%. I think these movies that, again, you don't want to spend $150 million to make, but it's HBO's answer to a Netflix film.
We definitely, and not only Netflix film, but when you think about it.
And is Marvel doing that? They're not.
Let me finish.
I'm just adding addendums.
Question, sir.
Just put your seltzer water in your mouth.
I do like it a lot. That's me. I'm Wonder Woman coming through right now.
God, I love that theme.
Thank you, Ryan. With Disney Plus putting Lady and the Tramp on Disney Plus.
Oh, that's not going to theaters?
That's going Disney Plus.
Oh.
So they're already saying, we see you, we're raising you.
Okay.
There's going to be more of that, and I think DC is saying, okay, we've got you. We've got your Lady and the Tramp. We've got our Booster Gold
and if you look at the filmmakers that want to do HBO, that's a great, HBO Sopranos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sopranos. Game of Thrones.
Just curious,
Watchmen.
can you not think of any other HBO shows? Because we went Sopranos, Guardians of the Galaxy.
I meant Game of Thrones. That's what I was trying to get out.
Sopranos, Guardians. Mm-hmm.
I meant
how about Girls, Sex in the City?
Oh, Sex and the City, yeah, sure.
Thrones.
That's why I said Game of Thrones. That's why I tried to get off Guardians.
I mean, come on.
What did you say?
Man.
What?
6 Feet Under.
Oh, was that HBO?
Yeah. At the leftovers, baby. I see you,
But I'm just saying,
Shout-outs.
HBO makes great television, great films. They do great work.
Yeah.
And I know a lot but high-profile filmmakers like working with them. So that's a win-win for them, I think.
Win-win.
Yep.
Who else is winning? Us, because we're here on DC Movie News, continuing to talk DC movie.
What else we got
stuff.
now?
Aquaman star Jason Momoa teases a huge announcement.
What did he tease?
That's what I'm trying to find out
announcement?
right about now. He says, also, I deleted something from my Instagram because I'm just very excited and I wasn't supposed to post that yet. I think that happens to a lot of them. So there's something really cool that's going to happen when I get back to LA. If you thought SNL was good, you better just look out. Man, coming at ya. It's coming. Wave of change is coming. Mananalu. I butchered
I
that
don't think
word for a living.
I don't think that's
Sorry.
any DC related, but
You don't think so?
nah. He was on the WB a lot the other day because he posted pictures his family met Clint Eastwood. So
So what do you think it could be?
I don't know.
You think our
They know that he was it last week you guys talked about that Aquaman? He was saying how it's bigger than the first one. Was that 2 weeks ago?
A couple
last
weeks
week?
ago, yeah.
And we still know that's still a ways off. So I
Ryan,
don't
what do
know.
you think? You think this is DC related?
I think this is DC related. I mean, it says hashtag release the Snyder Cut. He's been meeting with Zack Snyder.
Oh.
I think something big's coming out. I don't know if it's going to be, it might be a formal announcement of maybe like he's seen an edit or I think this is leading up to the Snyder Cut once again.
Snyder Cut.
I just have to say, like
Snyder Cut.
those fans out there that have they have the hashtag and they have the websites for it. When that does get released, it's going to be like so cathartic for them and the big like.
But
sticking a
do you
finger
think
up
all of them
everyone.
will be happy, or do you think that it will not be cathartic for some of them?
I think that's what they want. I mean, look at it this way: if the internet was alive back in the early '80s, there would have been people chanting "Release the Donner Cut." It's what we're living in an age now with social media where, we have to kind of use this looking glass throughout history, and there would have been the same thing for the Donner Cut.
You know what else we're living in an age of?
What's that?
Excellent television.
That's true.
Yeah, it is true.
Very true.
What's happening? It feels like there's something at the door. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, Jesus.
Happy belated birthday to you. Happy belated birthday to Mike
thank you, guys.
Green Lantern.
What?
Happy
belated
birthday,
to
Mike.
you. And there's even a green one. I didn't want all of the green ones because they're mint, but like Green Lantern green.
I thought that was the new TV time jingle.
No, it's pretty cool though. So you gotta make a wish, and it has to be Green Lantern related.
Okay.
But you can't tell us what it is.
I won't.
Oh, his face is really cute when he's making the wish. Look, he's moving his mouth.
I can't
thinking about it.
concentrate.
Sorry. Okay. Well, let's give him a moment of silence while we're live on air.
Okay. All right.
Yay!
Roxy. Oh, these are
Birthday,
such
honey.
good cupcakes too.
Well, it's a big week for you. We've got you almost made me cry at the beginning. We've got you trending, and your birthday. So happy birthday,
Thank you,
happy
guys. Thank you,
Green
guys.
Lantern Day, all of those things.
It's
Now
time
we're
for
getting into TV
Roxy.
time,
That's what I
baby.
do.
Yeah.
You threw me off the music. I was like, what is going on here? I've been
He goes,
gone a
what's
month.
happening? I go, what is happening? How was my acting in that moment?
It's okay.
TV time.
All right, so we've already talked a lot about HBO Max, but
We've
let's
talked in depth.
You think we went in depth?
I
We went
did.
in deep, baby.
Got it in deep.
We're gonna go deeper though.
Let's do it.
Because not only is there a Green Lantern show. Have you heard of it, by the way?
There's a Green Lantern show coming out?
coming on HBO
I didn't
Max.
know that.
Did you know that?
Man,
You didn't know?
that's a great picture of him, Ryan.
But there are what? Oh, it is a
Sorry,
great
pal.
picture.
Yeah.
But there's also a couple of other DC shows that I want to talk about. DC Superhero High series, which is coming from Elizabeth Banks.
Is that a show, 420 show?
No, not high like
That's
that.
I thought you got excited for it.
No, that would be great.
See what I did there?
It's a
King of
superhero
Sags.
high. It's a superhero high school.
Oh.
There was the animated show, the Superhero Girls,
Yep.
whatever that one was. But this is a live action. That was called DC Superhero
Hi.
Girls. What was the one?
Yeah, it's
Something
Girls.
like that. But this one is just DC Superhero High. Elizabeth Banks, obviously, with Pitch Perfect 2, Charlie's Angels.
Well, that's kind of right in her wheelhouse too. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been doing her work both on and off screen, and
like her.
so this is something I'm definitely excited for. They announced an Issa Rae show, a Mindy Kaling show, and an Elizabeth Banks show. So I think that's pretty.
Those are all DCs.
No. I'm just saying that those are all 3 HBO Max things.
Max
so I
things.
think it's pretty awesome that they're bringing in such strong female
Yeah.
creators, and they're making such a statement with that. But Elizabeth Banks happens
It's
to be
HBO.
somebody that I really, really, truly adore. So, Mike, this might not necessarily be for you, but
And that's okay.
but you're okay with that.
Yeah, that's why I love. That's why I love DC. We've talked about this ad nauseum in the past. Like DC, it's for everything. We got the Lego movies that are not my cup of tea. We got this kind of thing. The girls, DC superhero girls, not my cup of tea. But there's something for everyone. It gets everyone involved with the comics, and and then these young kids that watch these shows go on to love DC Comics, and it keeps it all going. It's all cyclical.
Well, certainly in your wheelhouse is
Yes.
the Green Lantern show,
Yes, it
but
is.
that's not the only one that we also announced.
No.
We announced a Strange Adventures show,
Yeah, Adam
which is
Strange.
going to be a DC Anthology series from Berlanti.
Right.
So Berlanti hopping over. Now, there's been a lot of questions that I've been seeing, and I'm curious from you, Mike, and anybody out there right now. Do we think that just because it's a Berlanti show, that any things that are Berlanti shows are in the Berlanti verse, aka the Arrowverse? Is there a connection between the Green Lantern show
have
and
no
Arrowverse?
idea.
Is there a connection between Strange Adventures and Flash? Are we living in the same, even if it's a different Earth, are we in the same verse? Or do you think not? You don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because look at Black Lightning. That was told it wasn't in these universes, but now it's going to be part of it.
Yeah.
Krypton.
That show right now is struggling.
Krypton, which was its own thing, could very easily have been set in this Arrowverse. Could have easily been folded into it. But I think they have that golden ticket of the crisis in the multiverses. These could all the movies, see, that's the thing we talk about. Like when I see all these build up to like the new actors being added to Crisis storyline of all these characters, they have the golden ticket of the Crisis that 20 years from now, all these shows that are still going or have changed and come and gone, they can all bring them into a movie together, and it would make Endgame look like I don't know what. Like having Michael Keaton show up with Brandon Routh and all these.
Yeah.
It's like the multiverse allows that, and a Crisis with the multiverse allows that. So I don't think they have to rush to say, hey, these are all connected. Or this show's connected to this show. It's just like, hey, we're going to make great television. If down the line for some reason they need to connect, we can do it.
Let's see what's happening right now.
In the chat.
How'd you know?
Read your mind. There's a Martian Manhunter thing for you right there.
Are you Mike from Martian Manhunter?
No, I should not be him.
Okay.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
It
Well,
doesn't.
not for you, but what is
No,
for
the
us?
character is just not me.
I got it. I was transitioning.
No.
You want me to keep going?
You're not the king of segs. I am. You
Oh,
forgot about that, didn't you?
I forgot about the king of segs. I just did something nice for you. Let me have it. Eat it.
What do they taste like?
Okay, we got caramel, peanut butter,
What's
red
peanut butter?
velvet. This one's caramel, that one's peanut butter. This is great TV for you guys. Mint, red velvet, white and white, black and white. Okay, he's going with caramel.
Would you like one?
Great. So I'm going to
one.
read some comments while Mike enjoys his caramel thing. Ryan, was that your favorite 30 seconds of DC movie news that ever was?
Might just have been the best 30 seconds
I was
of
thinking
DC
that.
movie news.
I was definitely thinking that as well. Ivan Soto says Berlantiverse is not Arrowverse, no Roxy. Inhuman says Titans is going to make a cameo in Crisis. That would be pretty epic. Doom Tribe says any chance we get a Krypton shout out in Crisis. I think that nothing's off the table. JLS says it doesn't need to be connected. It works for Marvel, but that doesn't mean everyone needs to do it.
There he goes.
Arrow just rocks right now, says Meth CR. I will watch Superman and Lois based off on the title. Yeah, we haven't even mentioned that, the Superman Lois show.
Did that news come out this week?
Yeah, did you miss that?
No, I got
With
it.
Tyler Hackman? I think that was this week. It might have been last week. How's that taste? It's pretty good?
I'm crying. It's so good. Actually, I poked myself with the
Tell me we got it on camera.
match, and it hurt so bad.
We might
it
have
got
got it
me.
on
It got me so
Tell
good.
me, Ryan. Tell me
I
we
think we
got
did
it.
get it.
It got me so good right in the nose. I'm gonna cry.
Also, I'm just curious, do you know that that's not a match? It's actually a candle?
you know what I meant.
I don't know what you mean,
knew what I
but
meant. Come on.
to the people who are listening on SoundCloud,
I don't know what
it
SoundCloud
sounded like
is, so
I
I
put a
don't-
bunch of matches in your cupcake.
I don't address SoundCloud.
Okay, let's get to a little bit more news because we got to get out of here soon. Pennyworth, I know you're excited about this. Picked up for season 2. I'm going to be perfectly frank with you, Mike.
Can I be Susan?
Great, good.
You just say, can I be frank with?
Ryan.
I'm gonna be frank. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna be Susan.
I said I'm going to be frank with you, so that means we're both frank.
I'm gonna be Susan with you.
What does you being Susan with me look like? Ryan, please zoom in on Mike.
I'm the kind of person that has to see the manager. That's who I am with when my Susan's in charge.
Pennyworth was picked up for season 2. I have not seen a single second of Pennyworth at all.
I thought you saw the pilot.
No. Did I say I did? Because if
I
I
enjoy it.
did, I don't remember it.
Okay.
You're liking the show?
I am.
Oh my god!
I got in my. It's making my allergies go
SoundCloud
crazy.
listeners are gonna think you're snorting
I
something.
can't
on air.
even believe it right now. It's so good. Let's talk about something that you haven't seen any seconds of, Watchmen.
I haven't seen anything.
So we don't have too much time to break it down here. I will say that I think the show's amazing. I think episode 2 was even better than episode 1. But if you want in-depth coverage, I've been listening to their after show, and just as a little peek behind the curtain right now, let me finish what I'm saying before you start talking. I see you pointing. I
I'm
know
waiting.
what you're doing.
I'm waiting.
We audit shows here. The staff members audit shows for people. I have not been assigned Watchmen. I am listening to Watchmen as a legitimate fan
my
right
gosh.
now. And our very own Ryan Nelson is one of the hosts of the show,
Thank you.
along with Tehran and Drew Jones, both of whom have guested on DC Movie News in the past. So all of you guys are part of this show, and you're all
Top-notch
DC
team.
experts. And I just think that it's freaking awesome. So if you want in-depth coverage, go to our sister network, AfterBuzz TV. Watch the Watchmen after show. They find theories that I was like, oh my god,
10
mind
episodes,
blown.
right? Is it 10?
Ryan, 8 or 10?
I believe
10,
it's a
13?
weird 9.
Oh, it's a weird 9. We love a weird 9.
A weird 9.
That's one of those shows I'm gonna binge.
Now,
like,
say what
I'll
you
were
were going to say.
I bit into some caramel, and it just was like
So
right in
good.
my mouth. I
The
was like,
caramel's
oh,
great.
man.
Good. I'm so happy for you.
This is for the SoundCloud
Mike,
listeners.
I'd recommend not binging it.
No?
I think what's so much fun about any Damon Lindelof show,
Uh-huh.
which I reference
Drink.
all the time, Drink One, yeah, is
I
that
listen.
it's the speculation week to week.
Okay.
There's so much talk, and in fact, last week when we were even talking about it on the show, everyone was talking about the first scene in the first episode of Watchmen. It's all the buzz.
Okay.
I would recommend
No
this
binge
one
then.
not to binge, but that's just my recommendation.
Well, I'll take your recommendation.
Yeah.
This is for the SoundCloud listeners out there.
What is?
That caramel is so good.
Let's get the heck out of here.
I have SoundCloud there. I gave him a shot. I gave him a listen. Is that it? Did we cover
Guys, that's
everything?
it for DC Movie News today. I'm sure there's some things we missed, but just because I'm staring into those beautiful cupcake-filled hands and eyes,
Oh,
it's so good. I'm so happy for you right now.
It's so good, the caramel.
Don't forget to follow Johnny LaQuasto at John Quasto. He's doing big things with the
guy.
WWE right now. You were excited to watch him be a little Healy.
He's terrible. He's
like
a bad guy. I
little
love it.
Healy. At Adam Gertler. It's at Ryan underscore Nilsson?
Ryan Nilsson underscore.
Underscore. Ryan Nilsson
I gotta change
underscore. Oh, man. I botched that. Mike,
fine.
where can everybody keep up with you?
At Mike Kalinowski. And again, guys, all kidding aside, thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you guys have been tweeting out to me. All the birthday shout-outs this week. It was insane.
We love you.
I love you guys. I think it's awesome what's going on, and it'll happen someday. It's
gotta-
there.
we gotta unify
And
the
you guys
whole-
are all part of it. That's the thing is, like, you guys are all part of this. It's not just me. It's everyone.
We
I
need
think
to
it's
unify
awesome.
with one hashtag, though.
Well, let's think of the best hashtag, and we're going to go with that one.
You guys tell us in the comments below what is the hashtag that we're going with.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget to thumbs up, 5-star wherever you are. I'm at Roxy Striar. We'll see you guys next time for DC Movie News.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners